virtual photo walks.
Again, I'm Dominic Phillips, and here with Virtual Photo Walks, and we're up at Lake Estes in Estes Park, Colorado. So glad you guys could join us today, and we're just going to take a walk down the trail. Some of you might have been at the Lake Tahoe yesterday with Karen, and today we're at a little bit different of a lake and a little bit less intensive of a photo shoot. We're just going to walk along, and along the way, if any of you guys want to take a look at anything, just let me know. I'm here for you, so thanks for joining us. You guys are good luck. The weather cleared up very nice. I'm about as close to the cell towers as I can get, so hopefully we don't have a day of floating in and out here.
Okay, we'll be patient.
Excellent. Link to the photos that we did last year. I don't know if any of you guys want to keep those open along the way, and you can see the difference, again, a season makes here in Colorado.
Yeah. This last one here.
Oh, what lake is that, Tom?
That is Lake Estes, in Estes Park, Colorado.
Right, the blue, I think.
And we'll actually be walking along the trail up here to the right, and probably end up with a good view of the Stanley Hotel. As of now, we will walk up the trail here, and you can see on Estes Park in the summertime, we are definitely a busy place. When we were up here in March, there was a lot of ice on the lake, and everything was brown, and we came up hunting for elk, and we haven't seen any yet this morning. But normally in the fall and spring is when you're going to see these guys in town.
How many elk do you usually see?
Well, normally, in Estes Park, they have up to 3 herds of elk that are hanging around, and the herds, when you come up on them, they can be anywhere from like 20 to I think 40 elk sometimes.
Wow.
In fact, last time we were here and they didn't show up, we found them over at the grocery store just down the way.
There you are. Oh, look at it.
That dog. Who's pulling who?
Yeah, like everybody's looking at the dog.
Exactly. I think it's an even match.
Nobody's looking at the dog. I was looking at the rider going by.
We're gonna.
Buffalo's here.
We're just pulling over for a little caravan up here.
Oh, look at how cute! You could rent that.
So that's one of the many things that you can do up here in Estes. They have nice little wheeled sort of rickshaws, I guess. And if we can look out onto the lake, we can see there's 3 pontoon boats out there. Looks like another smaller one way over on the right. So we're going to see a lot of pontoon boats. Oh, we got one guy tacking up the coast here.
You can rent those.
Yeah, lots of families come up here. This is, one of the gateways to the Rockies. So if you come up to the Rocky Mountain National Park, chances are you come right through Estes.
Where are you? Where is it? Okay, Laura's on that one, but who's on it?
Here comes me.
All right, we're going to get a shot of the boat as they pass.
Back here, around the table, so they can see that you're on. Ooh, look at how fast that thing goes. Wow.
Well, for a pontoon and a no-wake lake, it's going pretty fast there.
Yes, it is.
Is that snow up in the higher elevations? It's still there?
That is, yep, way up. You're going to see a lot of white dots up there. You know, some of that is going to be there year-round. A lot of those peaks up there in the 12,000 to 14,000 foot.
So now you guys are not having the same kind of drought we have here in California, are you?
As far as drought, you know, we luckily have had a very wet late spring and early summer, so it did help out with a lot of our reservoirs. But in general, you know, things in Colorado here, you know, they go from we're wet to extreme fire danger pretty quickly.
Oh, right.
Hopefully we won't have any big fires like we had last year.
Yeah. Yep, we've been actually a little smoky for the past week because of some Canadian wildfires, which has kind of spread out now that we have some winds coming in from the south. But so it's nice to get a little bit of clear up. But now we are straight into the season afternoon thunderstorms. I'm gonna stop. This is one of the fishing docks.
Sign off here because my battery's dying.
So this is one of the easy access docks that they have. They have a couple of them right off of the parking lot area. So anyone with limited mobility has a nice big place to cast out here. Now you're going to see two different types of fishermen probably out on the lake today. We have the bobber fishermen, which are going to be the guys kind of coming off of all of the docks and the side areas. But as soon as we get a little bit further upstream, we're going to start running into some of the stream fishermen. So I'm going to point this little area out here to the right for our friend Cameron Young, who, if you guys remember, he helped us do a nice photo walk. He did an information photo walk with the Center for Snake Conservation.
Oh,
and yep. And I wanted to point out to him that you know, he told me what a hibernaculum is. And this little spot here, again, if you look at the photos from our last walk, you can see some little kids holding up some garter snakes. And they had a little den of garter snakes that lived right down in these trees last year.
Oh, wow.
the yellow shirt?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the little garter snakes, they're pretty much harmless. You know, they're good for taking care of little rodents and insects, but they're not poisonous at all.
I remember chasing them when I was little in Michigan.
Oh, yes. Yep. I think in Michigan, Ohio, Kentucky, I was quite the little snake catcher growing up.
Yeah.
Not quite as quick anymore.
I was chased with them.
Really? I did the chasing.
No, thank you.
No?
Just me, Kendra.
What? I was a top girl. What can I say?
I hear you. You know, I think with a lot of stuff like that, most people either have a love them or hate them relationship.
Hate them.
I love them.
Oh, yeah.
No, thank you.
Then he got out of his cage and he was so big he actually busted out of his cage.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. Just what you don't want
I know.
to happen.
So from here, I'm not sure if we can see, but as we get a little bit further along, way up in that little peak, we'll see some little red dots going up and down, and that is a big gondolier that takes you up to a viewing spot.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so even though, you know, we don't have skiing out here, it may be midsummer, you can still get up to the top of the mountains, and when you get up there, you really have an amazing view of the whole valley that Estes Park is in. In fact, when I came driving into town, I came down that hill. So it really gives you a nice view coming down into town. I think my audio might have dropped a little bit here. Hey there, good morning.
We can hear you.
Okay, good.
We just muted a couple. They muted themselves.
That would be it. So like I said, we're coming up on so we had the easy access boat ramp or fishing ramp just down the way. And as we get past here, we'll run into the golf course, get back out onto those islands, and get up near the Stanley.
Cool.
Longboarders. Hey. Oh yes. Rock on, guys. Yeah, you're going to see mostly longboarders up here. You know, there was talk about doing a little skate park in Estes, and we have great skate parks down the hill in a lot of different areas. But Estes, you know, the big, long, swooping roads are probably perfect for longboards here. So now as we get up towards these islands, we're going to be able to probably point out some elk signs at least. But then also it looks like we have a huge flock of Canadian geese up here. Like we've talked with John before, they're pretty much a common resident out here in Colorado.
Yeah.
We get along well with the Canadians here. And again, no elk today. So sometimes we'll have a herd of them just hanging out right here in the golf course.
Yeah.
So there's normally one herd hanging down here and then another two somewhere near town. But since the weather's so nice right now, that allows them to get a little bit further up into the mountains. So normally when the weather's bad is when you're going to see a lot of them in town because the grass is easy pickings for them down here and they don't get harassed.
Huh.
Or at least ideally they don't get harassed.
Yeah.
We want the elk.
Exactly. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. Maybe if we get up near the Stanley.
Yeah, maybe. Is there an elk call you can use?
You know, I am not much of a bugler. I did play the trumpet in high school, but it was entirely different. I do have a nice, like, 1948 Kiefer silver bell, but I don't know if the moose would appreciate that.
We'll scare them away.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We can sneak up on our Canadian friends here.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You got that picture?
So one of the first.
Oh, we're taking a lot of pictures over here.
Chased by a swan.
Excellent. We'll spend a little time with our geese friends here.
Can you zoom in?
You know, not with this not with the phone, but
Okay.
I probably got about another 10 feet to go if they let me just sort of sidle up.
Manual
Over
zoom.
on
We'll
this.
hear you going into the water.
Exactly.
Look at.
So again, this is a hugely busy trail here. So they're pretty used to, you know, we got about a dozen people coming down the trail right now. We're trying to stay.
Is anybody
off
looking
the
for
sides
funny
of the bike
talking to
trail.
yourself?
Oh, people always look at me funny like I'm talking to myself. Yes, I do.
Same thing.
That's a good one.
Hey there. But that's okay because I always look at people like that too when they have one of these headsets in. And my favorite part is when people come up and talk to you. You guys have probably heard me do that segue multiple times where they come up and ask, well, what's going on? I said, well, we're live here today with virtual photo walks, and we have people joining us from all around the country.
I love that.
It's a little work broadcasting from such beautiful locations. So when we pop out, I get back as soon as I can. Sometimes we have to restart the machine.
We thought you got eaten by the geese.
No, not yet. I learned my lesson young to stay away from the geese. They not too friendly with close company sometimes. But here we've made it out to the one of the little jutties here. We have a flock of Canadians that are just off of that point there. And again, this is a great spot because this is where the river enters into Lake Estes here. You can see it's a pretty good fishing spot.
Look at those mountains, guys. So beautiful.
Yeah, and this is where we'll do a. We're headed over in that direction there.
Is there snow still on those mountains?
Yes.
There is. There is. In fact, if I turn to the left here, let's see if you can make out.
Summer, you guys see it? Come on.
Right up there, we have a lot of clouds that are just they're really trying to come over that ridge there.
Snow on the mountains.
But yeah, if you get up top there, you need full winter gear. Whereas down here, you know, we're down to our down to t-shirts mostly.
So you could ski and hike in the same day.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ski and swim.
Sometimes that's actually the same trip.
Wow.
I know a lot of people that do some backcountry, and you know, sometimes they'll hike a couple miles to get to the spot where they want to throw themselves down a hill.
Oh.
I'm not so good at it.
How about that for a virtual photo walk?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be too bad.
Go skiing for us.
It would be a lot of me sitting at the lodge.
Me too. We can put a GoPro on you.
There we go. Again, that would be a short film.
Or go not so pro.
Exactly. Exactly.
Pro amateur. Go amateur.
So we're gonna pop up this spot. See lots of fishermen getting their own sweet spots up here.
Yeah, can you introduce us?
Again, absolutely. Let's see.
We're gonna meet these guys.
There.
Why do they keep walking away from us? I don't know.
What are you guys hunting for today?
Just keep it there.
What are you guys fishing for today?
Anything to do with it? Click it.
Trout, hopefully. They're trout, hopefully.
I don't know.
They're spotting. We'll find some more people along the riverbank here. Hunting for
Click on Dominic.
Click on Dominic. Just click. Now.
You got the sweet spot where it's washing into the lake.
How would you guys like to be out fishing today?
Hopefully. Yeah, you guys wouldn't mind setting up fishing here for the day, huh?
No. Okay, great.
Not me. I don't want to do it.
You want to fish?
Hey.
I'll probably be in Meryl Streep's new movie.
Only gone fishing out, but
Gonna fall
one
in?
time that was with former Buffalo Saber Rob Ray, the small boat harbor.
Oh, nice.
That's right, Christine.
Yeah, I enjoy fishing, but I'm not. I don't know if you can be good or bad at it. I'm sure you can be good.
Did this guy catch something?
I don't think so.
Well, you know, not sure that current
It looks
goes, you know, and if we're filming it, we're bad luck because then it'll never happen.
right. It's like the elk.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, last year when we were here in March, I think we did manage to catch one or two people down at the lake that hooked one.
Okay.
I don't know if I've managed to see anyone here in
like
the
a fish
river.
story to me.
Mm-hmm.
They were ice fish.
Yes. We did. We went ice fishing at Wonderland Lake in Boulder.
Yes, we
That's
were there
a little
with
bit
you.
further down the way.
That's what
I
they were just
remember
talking
that,
about.
Dominic. I was here that
Oh,
day.
excellent. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That was a fun day. A little cold, and my first time out on the ice in quite some time.
Wow, that's beautiful right there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey there.
A lot of people out there today, huh, guys?
Yeah.
Walking and riding their bikes and
Oh, yeah.
area.
Yes.
Have a lot of golfers over there in the distance.
And golfers and hikers.
Yeah. Bicycles and carriages.
Hey. And bricklayers.
Blondies.
And yes. Uh-oh. Well, we know who won the race. The dog is not here.
My husband's out laying brick today. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. What we've been walking through. Now, John always asks about the mountain wildflowers, and you do have them. We have, looks like some coreopsis here to our right. Hi there, good morning. We have more dog races. And then these little yellow bits down there, I believe, are some coreopsis. Just a little type of plant down here. And again, we keep an eye out on the trail for traffic during this time of year.
The trolley's coming back.
Yeah.
Toot toot. I got it. Okay.
So they get that at the marina, which is just down the way. So that's the same place you can rent kayaks. You can rent the big pontoon boats, bicycles, big 4-person bicycles. But then also they have a lot of places you can go horseback riding.
Oh.
So just off of here, like there's a big rodeo center and fairgrounds right over there. And then behind us is probably about 3 huge horse farms. And in fact, when I came by today, they had about 30 or 40 out in the front stables that were ready for the tourists to do some rides.
Yeah,
About 30 or 40 horses.
that's what I did when I was in Colorado.
Oh, excellent. Yep, that is, if you're not a skier or a snowboarder, doing some horseback riding is probably one of the other big Colorado things.
Yes. Yes.
Has anybody here been on a horse? You have been, Teresa. Carrie? Laura? No? Bordeaux has. Nice. Wouldn't you love to go riding where those mountains are?
Health class.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful picture. Can you take that one? With the babbling, look at the babbling brook.
Yeah. Big mountains in the background. If we get lucky, there's a big turkey vulture up on our right that might swoop down for us. He's been hanging out this morning.
Just to let you know, Dominic, we get turkey vultures here in New York.
Oh yeah. Yep. Having races.
Look at these guys. A lot of those trolleys out.
Yes.
All right, here we go. And it's Mayhem behind by a length, Mayhem behind by a length, and Yellow Cap taking the lead, Yellow Cap taking the lead on the outside. It's Yellow Cap by 4 lengths.
That was really
NASCAR. Trolley style.
A little bit of my Kentucky coming out in me there. I know. Doing well, yourself? All right. Excellent. Thank you. I'm with Virtual PhotoWalks. We have people from all over the nation out here with us live right now taking a walk. Say hello.
Hi.
Yes. So you guys were just asking that a little bit ago. If people ask what's going on and constantly.
Nice.
Oh, you can see some of those mid-afternoon thunderclouds starting up there.
Yeah, we have some here too.
Right there.
Oh yeah. Oh, right there. Let me set it down here.
Yes, please. Let me let it get in.
Oh, Chris
I
Lutz, get off your phone.
don't think.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
All right,
We
I
just
got
had a
it.
cormorant come down, and he's gonna. Oh.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys remember the diving birds that we saw last time, but one just came flying down the creek, and you'll see that they've learned to harass the fishermen.
Oh,
wow.
So there's enough people here that these cormorants, when they come in, they'll swing low, and this guy actually just went underneath both of these two people fishing right here. Because if they can snatch something off your line, they are a powerful enough bird to do that.
Wow.
So you got to watch out for them.
yeah.
Well, you know, I'm not sure bait-wise. Ooh, just got a little prairie dog across the path. Yeah, not sure bait-wise, but definitely they're going for the fish. I don't know if the bait is really their style. Yeah.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, heard that before.
I think that's a perfect spot for my log cabin.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and here's that turkey
so
vulture, if
pretty.
we can see him. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
He's going to swoop to our left again here. He's a big one. He's coming right over us.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Now, these guys are mainly scavengers. So there. Ooh.
Oh, wow, that's a cool shot.
Wow.
We'll see if he comes over maybe one more time. Just to our left. There
He's going to pick that prairie dog.
Dominic?
Oh, yeah. Well, as I said, you know, we did just see the prairie dog go.
Yeah.
You know, but these turkey vultures, they're mainly scavengers. So they're going to be looking for leftovers from other fish. Sometimes fishermen, if they clean their catch on the shore, sometimes these guys can find a nice little pile of goodies for them.
That's
and he's
not much
just
sport.
circling the shore there.
Right.
No, exactly. Well, the turkey vultures aren't exactly on
Yeah, so just
the top of the hunting ladder,
Same here.
but they do serve a good purpose. we need the scavengers.
Yep. Clean up the place.
In fact, like a lot of the areas that we go to, you'll see here we're at the Matthews Reeser Bird Sanctuary. So a lot of these areas, because they are such a good habitat, they are protected.
Oh,
So
wow.
thankfully, you know, we've had those initiatives, and that's why we can find so many cool places just right in town that have such good views and fun wildlife to see. Oh, now this guy up here, there's one more, and I believe that is a red-tailed hawk. And as we get closer, we'll see if we can get a better shot, or if he decides to loop over this way. But I'll stop and see if we can settle down the signal, and he's just a little dot way out there. Oh, and he's going further and further away, so we'll keep heading down towards the Stanley Hotel here and see if it decides to swoop over. You know, now these upper lands here, you know, you guys have probably seen a little bit of a difference between some of the low-lying wetlands that we'll normally go to. And, you know, up here there's not going to be quite the same variety of birds. But we do have a lot bigger animals up here. This is where the elk, a lot of the bear live up in this direction. And we only have black bears here in Colorado. But we do also have some moose. So moose just started coming back across the Continental Divide. And they showed up in town about 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Moose will hurt you.
Oh, you know what? Moose are actually, they are probably, at least by my experience, some of the more dangerous of animals to photograph. You definitely have to give them a very wide berth and be cautious with their, you know, their body language. I'm just going to sneak up and see if I can grab a couple shots here.
Dominic, DJ has a question for you.
Dominic,
Yes.
are you able to hunt the moose and then bottle them so that you can eat them?
Well, you know, we don't in Colorado because we have we don't have a very large population of moose here. But if you do go up to Alaska and in Canada, they do have open seasons for moose, and people do eat moose. I've had some moose sausage before, and you know, people all around the world eat all sorts of things. But here, again, we only have, I think it's probably 3 or 4 dozen that are on this side of the Continental Divide. So we don't have a population that's large enough.
Because
I think even in
because I like moose, I've had it before, and it is good cold because my grandmother, she's from Canada, so I've had bottled moose, and that's why I wondered if in Colorado if you could bottle them, but I guess you can only do it in Canada and in Alaska. So.
Exactly. At least over here, and you know, there might be some other states where they do allow moose hunting too. I just know that here they're sort of rare. But I have to agree, I'm a fan of moose as well.
Thank you for that, Dominic.
Absolutely. No problem.
Good question.
We're going to see if we can peer through the fence here and get a view of the Stanley Hotel. Now, some of you may remember a great suspense movie. I think it was done in the late 70s. That was filmed at this hotel.
The Overlook Hotel. Is it the Overlook Hotel?
It is the Stanley Hotel.
Ah.
So they did a remake recently, which I did not see because it doesn't have Jack Nicholson in it. But if anyone does remember that movie, I'm going to stop right here and see that big white strip in the center is the Stanley Hotel.
Woo! Take a picture, quick.
Take a picture.
Quick. Yay! Thanks. I'm a
So
huge fan of that movie.
now they're pretty famous for they have a good Sunday brunch there that everyone goes up for. But there are rumors that there are haunted rooms, and you can get the full tour. I'm just taking a look to my left and my right here because I am sneaking out onto the fairway. And I didn't pay a greens fee. Don't tell anyone. But we're gonna hide under this. So the remake, they had to Photoshop a lot of different buildings out. But the story, if you're not familiar with it, is that this place, back in the 70s, when the winter would come, the whole town would shut down. And so this big place up on the hill here would be pretty much isolated. And I think they would have 4 and 6 feet of snow, sometimes up to 8 feet of snow here in the wintertime. And it was just kind of this big old spooky place that they had, that the family came in to caretake. And I won't spoil the rest of the movie, but but the Stanley Hotel is probably most famous for being the location for The Shining.
Okay.
And if you're not a horror movie fan, I don't suggest watching it. But if you are a suspense fan, then I would highly recommend it. It's a classic.
Is it still a hotel for, like a real hotel too?
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. It's actually a pretty fancy hotel. And a lot of people have weddings up there, big events. They have this huge champagne Sunday brunch, which I got to say is pretty nice. And the rooms have been, refurbished a little bit, but they haven't been modernized. So when you go there, it's definitely, you can get in some of the rooms that definitely give you the feeling of what it would have been like.
I bet room 237 is real popular.
Yay!
Oh, it's back. Yay!
It's back.
We got to stop talking about the Stanley Hotel like that. It's like something happened there. Well, we've made it out onto the island that's kind of in the middle of Lake Estes, and so we're going to have a little bit of wind noise here. Again, a little bit of those little thunderstorms that were just behind us now have spread out over the whole valley up here. And they're not too bad up here, but once they drop down to the flatlands, that is going to be quite a thunderstorm down the hill here. And we have behind us now the large peaks that were in the distance are now completely covered with clouds. So even though we have some blue skies, as those things come across the divide, they just pick up moisture, and we have a couple of big air masses that are colliding here in Colorado, which is giving us our nice afternoon thunderstorms. As you can see, it's quite the system overhead here. But way off in the distance, we still have a line of people out on kayaks and boats there. So they're still enjoying the day. Hopefully they don't get rained on, because I kind of feel like it's getting ready to move in. I'm going to pull back in the woods here just a little bit. And, we are unfortunately coming up on the end of my battery life here. Almost at an hour. Sign off and say goodbye to everyone today.
Thank you, Dominic.
As everything holds, you can see the wind starting to come in. Hey, thank you guys for joining me, and thanks for all the good questions out there. And I'm going to go try and find some moose sausage or something in town and head back down the hill. So thanks for joining us again with Virtual Photo Walks. We've been at beautiful Lake Estes in Estes Park, Colorado.
Lake Estes.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for all your questions.
What's the temperature down there, Dominic?
Oh, it just dropped to about 5 degrees, so I'm saying it's probably 60-something.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Patty.
Bye, Chris.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Okay, bye. Bye, Dominic.
Virtual photo walks. Virtual